Welcome, CNG 212 500. Welcome to the course. First off, once again, I just got access last night. Didn't have any access before that or preparation to start changing stuff and reaching out to you guys. But if we go to content and then getting started and syllabus, we're going to be using, I have to borrow Eddie's syllabus and course shell. Just because I wasn't able to get mine up and running. But we're going to be using Cengage Unlimited, as it says here. Cengage Unlimited, USB drive to store some screen captures, and maybe if you guys want to move around your stuff, an ISO to install Workstation 2016 Data Center. And once again, uh, I will get you guys access to that. I just need to figure out the Azure details and make sure that's okay on this end. But right now, we're okay. We won't use that data center install and client install until later in the semester where you guys start working on your project and actually putting to use some of this stuff. So I'll be your instructor, George Lemos. I'll get around to editing the content here, but to get a hold of me, simply go down to course materials, class list, and then I'll be right there, instructor. So go back. Let's see. Had a couple emails. Create an account for unlimited access. Yes, or buy the code from the bookstore. Either way, they're the same price. That's the one's about on the hub. I'll check into the Azure credentialing right now. If you bought the book for CNG 212, which it listed at the bookstores, please return that book and make sure you get the Cengage Unlimited material, because what we do, and I'll show you that here in a second, we're going to start out in one book, course by week 1. So we're going to start off in one book, but then we're going to migrate to another book just to make sure we cover all the competencies of what's required. So in this book, let's see, we're in the MSCE and the MSCA preparation specifically for the exam 770, 740. But then when we go later in the material, we're going to jump to, I forget where it's at. Is it week 12? Maybe it's week 11. I forget where we do that change, but in order to get the other material in, once again, we jump to that additional material. I wish I remembered where it was at, but I don't off the top of my head. What's the cost? Another 200. That was another email concern. No. Let's see. For Cengage Unlimited, for if you're going to take this class in the spring, you should. If you're going to take like a CNG 213 or 214, you just, if I think if you spend 125, and I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, I don't have my frontrange.edu access to my email yet, but I'm going to work on that too to figure that out. But it should be about $125 per semester, and you get access to all of Cengage's digital books. That means if you're taking CNG 132 or CNG 213 or 212 or 214, you're going to have access to server books and content within there to help you get a better understanding of the material. And once again, if you bought the book that was due on the 212 500 recommended list, please return that. Once again, I wasn't able to notify you guys early, but we're going to use Cengage Unlimited, and it should be about $125, and that'll include the cost of both books. Let's see. We will absolutely need access code regarding MindTap, or will the textbook be enough? So once again, we're going to use MindTap. We're going to do all of our readings, our labs, quizzes within MindTap. If you did purchase the book, make sure to return it and buy the, or just swap it out for the Cengage Unlimited code. Once again, you can buy Cengage Unlimited either through clicking on an item after making your account or use the code from the bookstores for Cengage Unlimited. I know John Bender from the Larimer campus is aware of this. So he'll be able to help you out. The other bookstores, I'm not sure who the people are, but if you have any questions that I need to reach out to them, feel free to let me know. Once again, make sure you contact me through D2L as I do not have access to my .edu account. So let's take a step back. So in week one, course by week, week one. So we have a breakdown of week one. Oh, let me step back because I didn't even get into it. My name is George Lemos. I will be your instructor for this course. Background about me, I've been doing IT work for a long time. Just got some, I guess you'd call it formal training when I started going to school. As soon as I got out of my associates, I had a job. And when I say had a job, I reached the limits of that job pretty quickly just because I kept on pushing myself. What I did at that job was basically figure out why clients couldn't connect to servers, set up networks, design servers, set up servers, sell O365 products. A lot of that salesman type role, I guess I'd call it because I was doing a lot of sales along with fixing. At some point, it even felt like I was doing more sales. Um, More recently, I've been consulting on my own, doing security consulting. If you have me for another class, I'm a security consultant. I come in and give audits of houses, businesses, do some guest speaking wherever whoever's interested. I'll go speak for them. Currently training for my CISSP. I've given up every Saturday to go to Denver, and for the next 5 weekends, yeah, 5 weekends, go down there and start training to take my CISSP. Probably after the semester ends, I'll go take it when I have a little bit more time free. More currently, I will be getting hired at FEMA, so I'll be able to give you guys some background into maybe just some reflection on what kind of server type they have there. Just got done teaching CNG 213 over the summer. Actually, that was a directed study. But the question I feel that's most asked is, do we really got to know this? The chances that what's the best answer for that? Some of the stuff you'll only do once. Some of it you'll do over and over and over. Some of it you may not know how to do when you leave here, but it's good to have an idea of where to start. Um, with server courses, things are going to go wrong, and you're going to have to basically search on the internet for an answer somebody has already found. The world of servers is we get them set up and hopefully they run all the time and keep everything running all the time, but that might not actually be the truth. Servers break, computers crash. They're not they're perfect in a sense that they were programmed, but they do have failures. And that's why some of you will be networking professionals, some of you will be security professionals, some of you will go on to get your four-year degree, and some of you will go on to get your master's degree. Hopefully, we got some doctors too, because it's always good to do research in our field when it comes to configuring a Windows Server. And some of the coolest things I've been asked is, are you comfortable in a hypervisor environment? And yeah, I know how to use Oracle Box. I know how to use or VirtualBox. I know how to use VM Workstation. I know how to use a few other virtual hypervisors out there. And you will too, just by understanding how to configure a Windows Server will get you on the fresh start to understanding, I guess, the meat and potatoes of administrating a Windows Server, configuring a Windows Server. I believe that's all I want to do for my hello video. You're going to find the next video So go to course materials, content, look at the getting started. There's two things in here. Once again, the syllabus is going to be out of date. Thanks for understanding that. You just got access last night. I had to borrow this shell from Eddie. Um, my stuff will change in there soon, but just give me some time. And then I will pick up the next video in, nope, that's not where we're going to go. Course by week, week 1. So I will pick up this next video right here in week 1.